Hey, y'all, Dirty Nostalgia here, back at you with some more Moltanica Dirty Dragon, and we're going to finish out these quests here, and first off, we have quite a few dungeon quests, so let's go ahead and take the old dragon through the dungeon and see how he survives. I'm going to show you there's 3 or so of these dungeons, and I'm just kind of tweaking with my heroes here. I decided to take out Minotaur and keep in the Reaper along with the dragon. And let's just go ahead and do one dungeon run here, level 1. This should take him to around level 14 or so, maybe 13 or 14, and see how we get there. Alright, no deaths there, and level 1 dragon survived a 40-shard dungeon, so that's pretty awesome. There you go, you can see that the dragon now is level 14. And we go ahead and drop everyone in there, and I think I opened with the dragon this time just to see if we can't maybe see if he can still survive. There, no magic run. This is no magic run. And you can see when he does his breath effect there, everything starts on fire. And later when I show you some raiding, he actually takes out quite a few level 10 walls. And since none of my other heroes damage walls, it can be assumed then that the dragon's doing 100,000 damage to some walls and some raids to multiple walls. So that's quite a bit of damage, and that's actually a pretty awesome effect. And so I'll show you a couple more dungeons, and on this one I'm going to open up with the Ari's Frenzy, and then I'll kick in with the Druid and all the rest, landing with the Moltanica last. And you can see the proc comes off about right here almost every time I do dungeon shard 40. But you know, with the Minotaur in, the Minotaur's procking and taking out everything. The dragon only gets to proc about once, so the dragon's not really contributing to the dungeon at this point, although he is still flying around and looking pretty awesome. Is he helping me? I don't know if he's helping. He is definitely has high survivability. And I'm just going to do a knock off the donation quest here. And the donation of mana or gold quest. Hire up the dirty bugs. Donate the one that I have. And get those started here. And now we got to do a bunch of the raid quests, as you can see. So I got to do 4 3-flame victories. And kind of tried a bunch of different things. Normally I just go with 2 magic. I go with the shield here, Guardian Angel, and then the Ari's Frenzy, and then I drop every one. I normally start with Cupid because I do like to get that Cupid proc off before the Minotaur proc goes off. When that happens, I do Mass Destruction. At this point, the dragon's level 31, and you can see his breath weapon is going off there, and he is damaging walls and stuff. Is he having a huge impact on the raid at level 30 something? Probably not a huge impact, but it is pretty cool here. I open up with the dragon and bring in everyone else, and that's just because I'm trying to get his proc off so we can see it here. He doesn't really have a very good talent right now. He has Revive 1, if you recall, and so that's not a lot of damage there on a low-level dragon either. So he's kind of got 2 things working against him. He's extremely low level, and his talent isn't really for raiding or arena or anything. It is high survivability for Here Be Monster, though, having that ability to revive after a death and come back and get healed by Druid and whatnot. So here, level 35 dragon. It's going pretty quick. Definitely going quick in here. And again, I tend to open up with Cupid just because of how the timing on all my heroes works together. And if I get my Cupid goes off a little bit before my Minotaur, that's ideal because I get that Minotaur double stack with the Pumpkin Duke and whatnot, and again do quite a bit of damage with all these attack buffs from Cupid, Druid, and Pumpkin Duke. You want those 3 off, and you want Pumpkin Duke with a single or double stack, and that Minotaur goes off and procs does a lot of damage. That also would apply to the Dragon proc, although right now, because my Dragon's only level 35, it's not doing an extremely huge amount of damage. However, after I level this sucker up, you'll see that the damage will get massive. So everything's looking pretty good, and super high survivability. Again, it's due to the hit points, quite a few hit points, and whatnot. Let's go ahead and try this on Here Be Monster H. Now I did shuffle things around there, and you can see I'm running a Here Be Monster H with what appears to be a level 38 Moltanica. So I did bring him into Here Be Monster H pretty early, much earlier than anyone ever in the history of me playing this game. I've never brought anyone in that early. The only hero that could slightly compare to being brought into Here Be Monster early would be Grizzly Reaper at level 100 plus. That's when I started bringing in the Grizzly Reaper over Thunder God, and I thought that was actually pretty early. Here I brought in the dragon just because if that proc does go off, and it really weakens that wave so much that, you know, this low-level dragon has no problem surviving, and that was my theory anyhow. Let's see if it comes true. H1 is complete here. We're sitting at wave H2, and you can see the first 3 waves of Here Be Monster H are going to be Ornithopters. They go straight for the towers. They have a priority on defensive structures, which means they'll always attack towers first. Towers. And then we're waiting for that dragon proc to go up. Has not gone off. He does have pretty high energy at this point, but has not procced off. Wave H3 is coming in as an Ornithopter wave in addition to the rest, and you can see the Ornithopters will head in straight for the tower. This should allow the Moltanica to get off a proc before the rest of the wave comes in. Ideally, the rest of the wave comes in and Moltanica gets off his proc on everyone, but I don't think that's going to happen, as you'll see right here. Let's zoom on in, and you can see that I did quite a bit of damage there. And, I don't know, it only looked like about 7,000 damage per, again, level 38 Moltanica. But it did drop those guys pretty good, actually. It almost cleared that whole wave at level 38, so you can only imagine. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's funny. Level 38 dragon clears an H3 wave. Nice. Wave H4, this is always the easy one. I would call this the freebie wave because there's no real threats here. And, you know, if one proc from the dragon or from the, in this case, the Minotaur is going to clear that wave pretty easy because it's all ground walkers. Wave H5 comes in now. Of course, there's no ground, not as many ground walkers except for the Dino, but all those dirty bugs comes in. That was the real threat, and you can see that Dino that my dragon proc and that slowed down his whole wave, making this H5 pretty easy. And I didn't spot a Moltanica death there. All 6 of my heroes are up right now. Here Be Monster H was done, and very little death or casualty there, and that was a level 38. Now, of course, that took him to level 40, and that means we get to take him from a 2-star to a 3-star. And I went pretty quick here, but you'll see as we go. I'll show you at the end here kind of what he looks like when he gets to the next star level. I did have to do one more dungeon, and I did kind of like this one. Oh, he kind of sets everything on fire, and hey, move the camera, come on. No, that's there again. So, and I didn't use any magic. So things are starting to get better here in Dungeon 8. No magic clears. That's good. And you can see here I'm going to hire up all my dirty bugs there so I can complete out that quest, hire all the rest, donate, spam through there, and boom, we're done. So at this point we have a level 42 dragon, and I am going to start another H. It's just a great test here on the strength of the dragon at such a low level. It's just really, in a way, remarkable. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at another Here Be Monster H. We got a level 47 dragon at this point, and it really is insane, the survivability of the dragon. You can see it really does have an impact at even extremely low levels here, and in this video we're going to take him up to level 60, and in the next video I'm going to rush him up to level 135, and then we can really start to explore him in other areas of the game, such as Arena, and we'll continue away on our in-depth analysis of Moltanica, the Dirty Dragon. So at this point, we're going to take our books and rush this guy up to level 60, take a look at them at 60, and we'll put a break in the video at this point in time. And the next video will take him from 60 to 135. Look at that, 1,866 damage and almost 20,000 hit points is where we're at here at a 4-star Moltanica. As always, keep it dirty and dirty up.